Hello and welcome. So today we're going to be continuing our exploration around the energies, frequencies, and emotions that are embedded in everyday objects that you as an energetically aware person perceive. Now, the thing is you're perceiving these energies whether or not you're consciously aware of them or not. And this is one of the parts that can really mess with us is that when we are around an object, we pick up an object or even like put on some clothes, we can be feeling these energies and our emotions, frequencies, and our mood can really change quickly. And it can happen so quickly that we don't even realize that's actually what's going on. Well, yeah. So everywhere your energies and emotions changed really quickly, and you didn't really understand what was going on. You were just getting irritated, sad, or feeling small. Whoa. Everything that brings up, do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Ooh, and there's resistance there. And one of the parts that I talk about a lot in this work is that you only want to feel your authentic feelings and emotions. And your authentic feelings and emotions often get amplified by the energies, frequencies, and emotions of people around you, energies around you, or even entities and energetic forces, whoa, that are around you. Wowza. Yeah. Woo. Everything entities and energetic forces brings up. Ooh, do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Ah, yes, I choose that. Out, 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 out. Banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. Yeah, and I look at entities and energetic forces completely differently than most people. I see them as just another part of the world that we're interacting with day to day. So it's not like a big deal. But one of the parts that's really hard is if you don't recognize and acknowledge that something is influencing you from outside of you, you can't really change and shift it. Just like you can't change someone else's mind if they really have something, their mind made up, you can't change and shift a feeling that you have, a belief you have, if you didn't actually create it in the first place. Ooh, and so many of the things, the beliefs we brought in from adults, people around you, or even society. And when we try to change and shift those, they don't really work. But you can always kick out anything that's not you, and then you can feel more you can feel more at peace, and you can feel more of your authentic feelings and emotions. So any of your authentic feelings and emotions that are being amplified, ooh, they're being pushed on. They're being pushed to make them larger than your authentic feelings and emotions. Do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Ah, yes, I choose that. Out, 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 out. Banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. Yeah, and then back to the energies and frequencies and emotions that are embedded in everyday objects. Now, sometimes you'll just get a sense of something. You'll pick something up and just go, I don't really like this. And that can often be that there's energies, emotions, and frequencies that are embedded in that object from like other people that have held on to that object, other owners of that object, or even like when you purchased that object or it was given to you. The feelings and emotions that you had at that time can be embedded in that object. Whoa, yeah. And so if you purchase something when you're in a really down or low aspect of your life, those energies that you had, those emotions you had at that time can get embedded in that object. Wow. Yeah. And what can happen is when you hold on to that object for multiple days, weeks, years, or even decades, anytime you look at that object, it can be reminding you of that time in the past that you maybe weren't feeling so great. Ooh. And what can you do about that? So, as we mentioned in the previous video, sometimes the easiest way to do that is to actually gift or get rid of that particular item. That's something that happens like with feng shui. They talk about if an item, when you pick up an item, if it doesn't make you happy, it doesn't give you a sense of joy, you should remove it from your home. And this is one of the parts about, it's just a different way of not actually going into the depth of the energies and emotions that are stored in the object, but giving you a clue, a way that you can start removing those and make your life easier. Now, if you have something that you can't get rid of at this time, ooh, yikes, and many of us have those. Some things that's maybe a valuable object, or you're just not ready to pass it on, there's a couple things you can do. We talked about last time about how you can remove the electromagnetic and chemical imprinting in it. This is one of the things that helps a lot, but for certain really strong energies and emotions embedded in an item, it can be really hard to completely remove it, but you can kind of take the edge off. And that's all the electromagnetic and chemical and emotional imprinting embedded in this object. Woo. Remove and destroy, remove and destroy, remove and destroy. This is also another thing that's actually really good to do about your bed, your sleeping situation. Because if you were sleeping and had a bad night's sleep, those emotions and energies can be embedded in that bed. Ugh, yikes. Or if you had like a really bad or a scary dream, ugh, yikes. Those energies and emotions can get embedded in your bed. So everywhere your bed or your sleeping situation or your sleeping area, so anything that's in all the emotional, electromagnetic, and chemical imprinting embedded in your bed or your sleeping area. Oof. Remove and destroy, remove and destroy, remove and destroy. Okay, and then if for items that are smaller or different items, there's some different ways that you can clear and release energies in them. One is to put them out in the air, air them out, because that's a physical change, but it's also an energetic change. Different one can be exposing it to sunlight, because sunlight has a cleansing, impact on that. Water can be a really good help, because like washing an item helps wash away those energies, and water has a collective energy that will kind of absorb those funky energies and can take those out. For items that can handle being around dirt, so like crystals, metal, ceramics, those can also be buried in the ground. Oof, yikes! Everything that brought up: vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, because the ground, the earth, helps pull out those energies. Huh. And then another one is if you have some of these items, but you have to keep them for various reasons. If you put them in a box, you put them inside something else, and then put it in an area that you're not going to see, that can help because it helps remove their influence from you, and that can be really helpful. Let's see, so another one about like papers, like if you have like divorce papers or legal papers that you have to save, but you have bad associations with them, you can put those in tinfoil. If you can put them in an area that's further away from where you normally are, potentially something like outside in a shed or in a storage locker. So just anything that's kind of putting a barrier between you and that item. Also putting things into a lockbox or a fireproof safe, that also can really help isolate those energies so they don't impact you. So all the energies that you're surrounded with, all the items that have physical, emotional, or electromagnetic imprinting in them, that are not a contribution to you, all of those and all those energies that we can just release right now, do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Yes, I choose that. Out, 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 out. Banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. And any of the influences that you have from those energies, release, 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 release. And what awareness, energy, and frequency can you and your body to be more of you, no matter what energies you're around? Yeah, and there's some resistance there because we know that when we're around certain strong energies, it's harder to be you. But what we're doing is just removing as much as we can so that you can feel more of you, even if you're around those strong energies. So anything preventing you from being and feeling more you, more of the authentic you, even if you're around strong energies, frequencies, or emotions, do you choose to remove and destroy all that? Yes, I choose that. Out, 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 out. Banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. So I'm Max Riggs, Energetic Awareness Explorer, and your guide. And if you have any questions around how to remove limitations, blocks, or energies or frequencies that are embedded in objects around you, leave me a comment below or send me a message and I'm happy to help. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.